You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Today's Training Thursday show, I'm really excited to share with you some great research on how the body can actually act as a giant detoxification mechanism while we exercise. So it's pretty straightforward, but there's some new research that I want to share with you today. So I get to do a little bit of the science and then a lot about like the real world application of it, which is how I love to present these shows. So I could sit here all day and talk about the science and everybody's eyes would just glaze over because I've given talks like that before and it doesn't excite people. What I want to do is I want to try to present you with information on every single Cabral concept that allows you then to take that information and move forward with it. And if you move forward with it and you take action, that's when you get results. But if I just were to share the science with you, you would say, oh, okay, that's some fascinating science. That's great. But what does that mean to me? And you would do nothing with it. That's why, although there are so many great podcasts out there, and I listen to myself, no doubt about it, I'm not trying to be that. What I'm trying to be is I'm the guy who reads, researches, writes about the science, but I try to just extrapolate the data, extrapolate the main points that matter to you, share that with you, but then apply it. I want to apply it in a way that you can use in your real life. And that's, of course, what I do in my real practice. So that's why I think there's a big difference, and we need both, between PhDs who are doing a lot of the science like in labs and they're doing the research, because that's amazing because I'm not doing that, right? I'm seeing the real world. I'm seeing it play out in the real world. So I'm doing that in terms of like nutrition and designing programs. But what I'm really doing is taking their hard work, their lab research, which is just amazing. They're brilliant. Love reading all of that. And I'm saying, okay, now how does that work with Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, naturopathy, natural hygienist space? Like, how does that work in that function with body types? How can I apply this in the real world? And now that I know how it works, how can I then share that with our community? And believe me, that is really what I strive for. That's what interests me as well. So when I look at today's data, I say, okay, there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, every single person in the world needs to be detoxing. I mean, the bottom line is this. You are exposed to hundreds of chemicals before you even leave your home in the morning. And I know that's hard to believe. It really is for most people. But the average woman uses 12 different products, shampoos, conditioners, makeups, moisturizers, anything like that, okay? Those are loaded with chemicals. Guys are included with this as well, just not as many. But we have household cleaners. We have environmental toxins. We have things blowing in through the windows. It's unbelievable. Insulation, all of these things are unnatural. They're man-made. And can our body detoxify these? Some yes, most yes, but it can get overloaded as well. So what happens is it's the overloading over time that causes the biggest issue. And yes, you can do things like the Dr. Ball detox and you can do smoothies, you can do things like that. But what about exercise? That's our topic today. What can you do through exercise? Well, the amazing thing is this. Once you start moving your body, and what I mean by that is once you start flexing your muscles, and that can be through body weight exercises, it can be through like a circuit, it can be through a spin class, it can be through a good yoga workout, any of these things. What happens is your blood starts to pump at a higher level, a faster level. So there's a couple things. When this happens, we actually push more blood through our liver, our kidneys, and we huff off more carbon through our lungs, okay, carbon dioxide. Why is this important? Well, if we pump more blood through our liver, and our liver is our main detoxifier. Again, you have to have the right vitamins, minerals, amino acids, sulfur-based chemicals in your liver to actually do the detoxifying to keep up. And that's why some people feel terrible after they work out. They literally have like a Herxheimer reaction. I was there. I'm telling you, people think I'm kidding. I started out as one set of push-ups, legitimately one set of push-up at 10 reps. And I was huffing, I was puffing, my skin would get itchy. From one set at 10 repetitions. But, slow, persistent, move forward, fall back, move forward, finally learn about detox and start to get these chemicals out of my body so I didn't have this chemical wave. But this is what you want to be doing. That's why you could even just jump on a rebounder. You could do jumping jacks. That's a great way to start, because what happens is now your liver gets better access to pumping this blood through your liver. So think of your liver as the car filter. You're driving down the highway, 60 miles an hour, maybe 80 miles an hour, maybe 100 for some people. But what you're doing is the faster you go, the more chemicals, smog, bugs, everything is coming in through that vent. And the filter, though, catches all that. It catches the brake dust in the environment, all the stuff that you don't see. That's why that car filter turns black eventually. That's exactly what's happening with your lungs, your liver, your kidneys. It's filtering all that stuff. People think that they just take it for granted. Oh, my liver will keep up. My kidneys will keep up. Yeah, they will until they won't. And then you start having symptoms and you say, okay, well, yeah, I'm having these symptoms. I'm not relating it to this, but that's because eventually that stuff's coming through. Your blood can't keep up. Well, that car filter as well, it needs to be changed. But also the faster you go, the more it comes through, the more blood starts moving through that liver. Well, that liver is filtering everything. That's a good thing. Just to make sure that you're not constipated, that your body can sweat, that you can do all of these things, because the sweating itself. So we just mentioned the liver, the kidneys, those are going to filter blood, and the lungs are going to huff off that carbon dioxide. They can get rid of some chemicals and gases and things like that from your body as well. But also when you sweat, it's been shown that your body will sweat out toxins as well. It will actually sweat out PCBs. It will sweat out things that you get from plastic. Like legitimately, we're exposed to plastics in the environment. Plastic water bottles is a very common. It's just one, but that's one that your body will actually show up in your sweat. It's unbelievable, but it will. So by sweating, that stuff will come out through your pores as well. Really, really important for cellular perspiration and respiration. Perspiration means the sweat coming out. Respiration, that means that it gets to breathe. It's a two-way street, not just coming in, but also coming out. We want that. That's very, very healthy for your skin as well. So important. So that's why also we're so big on infrared sauna. Next Thursday, I hope to present to you a really special show on infrared sauna where I go in depth about that. But here's the thing. When you're working out, you don't want to keep your body like super tense. That's why like those like hardcore workouts, you're actually causing more of a stress hormone. So you're causing greater cortisol production, greater glucocorticoids, greater adrenaline. Now, believe it or not, that neurotransmitter, those hormones there specifically, they need to be detoxed as well. And that's why you actually get more benefit from sweating in infrared sauna in terms of detox than you get from just exercise alone. But you need both. And the reason you need both is also the huffing, the up and down huffing of getting that oxygen out. And this last part, this is the newer research. So we always knew that just getting the body moving, getting the blood pumping, even going for a walk. Again, I'm a huge proponent of walking first. Before you exercise, work your body up if you can to 10,000 steps per day, every day. After that, body weight exercise. I'm going to get through the whole protocol today. I've talked about it before on previous Training Thursdays. But you want to move your body. When you do this, exercise, bike, whatever it might be, again, you are pumping the muscles. What they're now finding is that they knew this before because they knew that that exercise actually lowers rates of depression. Now, they didn't always know why. And I'll tell you this, though. Every study they've done on exercise versus the placebo versus antidepressants, exercise wins. Really, really interesting when you look at that. Meaning like if you're prone to depression, if you're prone to low mood, seasonal affective disorder, maybe even anxiety, panic attacks, you need to be exercising. And you really need to be exercising on a daily basis. You don't need to kill yourself, crush it, anything like that. But what you need to do is you need to get your body moving for 10 to 20 minutes. That's the bottom line. Try to do that even before you leave for work for the day. That's the best thing you do. Second best thing would be at lunchtime. Try to get it earlier in the day. That will work better with your circadian rhythm because now they're finding it's not just the good endorphins that you get. Like when you exercise, that high you get from the exercise. We're not going to talk about that today because I've chatted about it in the past. But also your muscles, they're saying your muscles actually are acting like your liver and kidneys when you exercise. Really, really interesting stuff. This was published in the journal Cell, it's called. And the study, this is just one study. It was done over in Sweden, I believe. It's researchers at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. And they discovered that exercise actually purges the blood of something that accumulates when we're stressed. That can then lead to depression. So now what we're looking at is when you exercise, your body isn't just producing good endorphins, it's actually detoxing these stress chemicals that lead to depression, anxiety, any one of these things. Really, it's so powerful. I mean, think about this. You get the endorphin, you get the runner's high, the cyclist, the exercise, any of those highs. But it's also because you are now removing stress chemicals from your bloodstream. And your muscle, they just found this, your muscles are actually producing a specific protein, an enzyme is what they're called, PGC-1-alpha-1. And if there's health researchers out there, you want to get more information about this, check out that specific enzyme, PGC-1-alpha-1, and also an enzyme called CAT, K-A-T, all caps. Check that out because what they're finding, this is another study from the biological psychiatry at King's College in London. Okay, again, a lot of these studies are done overseas in Europe. Why? Because there's more of an emphasis on getting well than just sick care like we have in the United States. They're focusing on prevention. We're focusing on, okay, there's a disease. What pharmaceutical drug can we match up with this? And to me, that's a crime. That's not what people want. People don't want to be medicated. They don't want to be drugged. Sure, they want to get rid of the symptoms, but what they'd really like to do is a life of just feeling happy, of feeling fulfilled, of enjoying each and every day. And you can't do that when you're medicated. You're basically a zombie. I mean, you don't feel high, sure, but you don't feel lows. Like you don't feel any of those things that the human body is supposed to feel. And I work with these people every single day in my practice. I see them. I want to help them. I was one of those people over a decade ago. I understand it. I have empathy. And so what I'm trying to show you is that exercise is not something that we should do. It's something that we have to do. Our bodies are genetically programmed to exercise. Why? Because we were hunters, gatherers, and we moved. We did manual labor. You might not have been out there hunting, killing things, but you very well may have been out there picking berries, building shelter, fighting off animals, fighting off other tribes, whatever it might be. You are moving your body on a daily basis, okay? So that means you don't need to, again, kill yourself with 5 sets of heavy squats or trying to beat your best for some circuit or whatever it might be. That's not beneficial because that creates more stress hormones. What we want is a good exercise, a good workout where you feel great, you enjoy it. And if you don't even enjoy it, you're doing something that you don't mind doing that you know you're getting the benefits from. And if you don't love exercise, put on some music that you like. Just give yourself 20 minutes to listen to your favorite album, whatever it might be, okay? Just get out there, do it because you know that your body is going to be detoxifying, which is going to help you live longer, but also you're going to be happier. That's the bottom line because you're going to reduce those stress chemicals that lead to the unhappiness. You need more of the positive endorphins. This has been proven. It is scientifically proven, and every single day we're finding out more research on this. So why wait until we have it exactly figured out? All you need to do is feed your body good nutrition, exercise. Try to exercise on a daily basis. Keep it consistent. That works for a lot of people. Or if not, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. That's the minimum right there. Because now you're going every other day. And on the weekends, typically you're less stressed anyways because you're getting to do more of those things that you want to do in life. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Start out with that. Before you leave for work, 10 to 20 minutes of bodyweight exercises. Squats, lunges, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, step-ups, anything like that. Just get your body moving. You can do that. I'm telling you. If you have nothing else, jumping jacks, kettlebell swings. They take nothing. One piece of equipment, kettlebell swings. You're done. You can just do 5 sets, 10 sets of that. Just do 15 to 20 swings. That's all you need, literally, with good form. You can look up a YouTube video for good form. Remember, no excuses, You can do this, and if you do, you're gonna get your body healthier. So let's stop thinking about exercise only in terms of body transformation. Because maybe you're lean right now, maybe you're thin, you still need to exercise. Keep your body strong, detoxify, keep your body happy, boost those happy neurotransmitters. That's what it's all about. Thank you everyone for joining me on another Cabral Concept. Really enjoyed bringing you today's show. Hopefully you got a little something out of it, and hopefully enjoyed maybe half as much as I did. Please do feel free to share this show with anyone it could help. Take care. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my Health Results Accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stevencabral.com/courses.